Thailand's Transport Minister Suriya Juangroongruangkit has taken over prime ministerial duties from Paetongtarn Shinawatra following her suspension over a leaked recording of a phone call that she had with a foreign official. Mr Suriya's tenure, though only lasting a full day. The 70-year-old said his most urgent business had been to, quote, sign a paper and ensure a smooth transition to his successor tomorrow. That's when the new cabinet takes its oath before the king. Once sworn in, incoming Interior Minister, that's Phumtham Wechayachai, will receive a Deputy Prime Minister title. That is higher in order of succession. The ruling Pheu Thai party said Mr Phumtham will then become acting Premier, while Ms Paetongtarn will remain in the cabinet as the new Culture Minister. Her father, meanwhile, former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra, is standing trial in two separate cases. Earlier, he appeared in court for the second day of a prosecution witness hearing in a less majestic case linked to remarks that he made during a 2015 media interview. Thaksin is also facing a Supreme Court probe over a prolonged hospital stay following his return to Thailand after years in self-exile. Those hearings are to resume this Friday. A conviction in either case could put the 75-year-old behind bars. AP Correspondent Jeremy Koh tells us more.
For a Friday morning, the scene outside the Supreme Court was unusually busy. Scores of journalists were staking out, wondering, would former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra turn up for a hearing? He didn't, as the Supreme Court had not issued a summons for him to attend. It did, however, summon 20 witnesses to appear. These include a former Corrections Department head and physicians who had treated Mr Thaksin. The former Prime Minister will also be able to call his own witnesses. Thailand's highest court is conducting inquiry into the legitimacy of Mr Thaksin's hospital stay. The then 73-year-old had returned from self-imposed exile in August 2023, and he was sent to jail to serve a sentence of 8 years for abuse of power and conflicts of interest. The king reduced the sentence to 1 year, and during his first night in prison, Mr Thaksin complained of chest pains and was transferred to a police hospital. He stayed there in the VIP ward for 6 months until he was released on parole. Questions have been raised over whether his illness led to the prolonged hospital stay.
It's not a process of carrying if prisoner getting sick. How to process from inside to the hospital. And if is something wrong, how to transfer patient to hospital, outside hospital.
Thailand's Medical Council had ruled to punish 3 doctors who facilitated Mr Thaksin's move. The Public Health Minister then vetoed that decision, and last Thursday, the Medical Council overruled that veto, as a 2/3 majority of its voting members upheld the Council's original decision. That decision will be taken into account when the Supreme Court carries out its inquiry into 3 Department of Corrections' decision to allow Mr Thaksin to receive treatment at the Police General Hospital. After the hearing on Friday, Mr Thaksin's lawyer, Mr Vinyat Chatmontri, said the court has set very clear directions.
ดังนั้นการที่ศาลมีคำสั่งให้ดำเนินการพิจารณาหลายนัดพร้อมกันหลายนัดไปเรื่อยๆนี่นะครับก็เป็นเรื่องที่ศาลก็กำลังแสวงหาความจริงนะครับศาลไม่รับฟังกระแสสังคมผมเชื่อว่าศาลเห็นว่ากระแสสังคมก็วิพากษ์วิจารณ์กันแต่ศาลกำลังพยายามที่จะหาความจริงหาหลักฐานถามบุคคลที่เกี่ยวข้องนะครับว่าเรื่องราวเกิดขึ้นอย่างไรนะครับนี่คือความชัดเจนไม่ใช่ว่าวันนี้มาฟังและตัดสินหลายคนก็บอกว่าต้องติดคุกต้องกลับไปอย่างนั้นอย่างนี้อันนั้นก็เป็นเรื่องที่คาดคะเนกันเอานี่คือความชัดเจนที่ผมจะแจ้งให้ทราบ
It wasn't just the controversy surrounding the hospitalization that was creating issues for his daughter Paetongtarn Shinawatra's premiership. It was also his connections with the long-time former Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen, which by extension connected Ms Paetongtarn to the influential leader as well. Mr Hun Sen leaked his phone conversation with Ms Paetongtarn, which took place while the government was dealing with rising tensions with neighbouring Cambodia. The ties became apparent when she, the Thai Prime Minister, addressed the Cambodian leader as uncle, adding to the already controversial contents of the call itself. All that eventually saw the second largest party in a coalition pull out and rising calls from different factions for a government to go. Stuck against all this has been Mr Thaksin's silence.
This time the problem is too complicated and too sensitive and it He cannot do anything to solve the problem easily because it relates many things, many factors. He himself, his daughter, the relationship between his family and Cambodian Prime Minister families. And this kind of thing linked to the mission. He come back to Thailand. The mission to form the government, the mission to survive and make popularity to the Pheu Thai party to win election in the next election.
As for Mr Thaksin, the Supreme Court has set 6 sitting days next month to hear his case. The first will be on the 4th of July and the last on 30th. Mr Thaksin is not required to appear at the proceedings, but his final decision could see him go back to prison. Jeremy Koh, Bangkok.